Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingnay Team Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include KSO's community schools give hope to over 2,000 displaced kids in Manipur. Ganesh Kumar takes shares as the new Chief Election Commissioner. Hamas willing to hand over 6 live Israeli hostages, 4 bodies this week. News in details. Kuki Students Organization KSO has operated 6 community schools since March last year in Churachandpur and 3 other neighboring districts of strife-torn Manipur. These schools offer a glimmer of hope to over 2,000 students from internally displaced families. More than 90% of the students are from families who had to abandon their homes during the conflict, with many dwellings destroyed and numerous families losing members during the violence that erupted in May 2023. The KSO schools are filling a void. They are helping hundreds in camps continue with studies when nearby government schools have been overwhelmed by the sudden rise in number of students from the displaced families. After joining these KSO schools, which have class up to 7 standard, the students are now progressing in their academic journey. Upon completing the 7th standard, one batch qualified for the next level and joined class 8 in nearby government schools. The students in other lower classes also demonstrated improvement, according to KSO officials. After the conflict erupted in Manipur, leading to the displacement of thousands, enrollment in government schools increased to almost triple their capacity. Dropouts become prevalent among the displaced, said Prasun Goswami, an Assam-based academician who campaigns for child rights during armed conflicts. KSO launched a Project Zero Dropout in October 2023, sustaining its schools through donations and crowdfunding. About 10 relief camps were set up in Tuibung, from where a considerable numbers of students started coming to our schools, KSO's Churachandpur District General Secretary DJ Hokip told TOI Tuesday. The Class 12 exams are undergoing in Manipur. The exams assume significance that this is the first such exam taking place since the imposition of President ruled in the state. A total of 29,065 students appear for the Class 12 final examination conducted by the Council of Higher Secondary Education Manipur or COSEM at 112 examination centers in Manipur that began on Monday. The examination will continue till March 26. Meanwhile, in a shocking case of administrative negligence, 4 students of Lapupatera High School have been deprived of their opportunity to appear for the High School Leaving Certificate Examination HSLCE 2025 under the Board of Secondary Education Manipur. The distressing incident came to light just a day before the commencement of the exams, causing emotional turmoil for the affected students and their families. Among the 4 students is Sanabam KK Mangang, who had been preparing rigorously for the examination while residing at a boarding facility run by his mathematics teacher, Irangbam Anil. KK's parents, upon inquiring about his exam center, were informed by Anil that the exam would take place at Uchiwa High School. However, KK later revealed that Anil had informed students in private that their admit cards had not been issued by BOSEM and advised them not to disclose this to their parents, assuring that the school would manage the situation internally. The heartbreaking truth is surfaced when KK's parents, along with the guardians of the other affected students, discovered that their children had not received admit cards. Upon further investigation, it was revealed that the headmaster of Lapupatera High School, Ningthauzam Kumar, had failed to register the 4 students with BOSEM when they were in class 9, a mandatory process for appearing in the board examination. His carelessness has now resulted in the students being unable to write the exam this year, potentially affecting their academic future. Manipur police arrested 6 cadres and 1 sympathizer of 3 proscribed outfits from Imphal East, Imphal West, Bisnupur and Kakching districts during the last 2 days, police said on Wednesday. Police arrested one active member of the outfit People's Liberation Army, namely Waikom Ibungo Mayday 26 from Hatta Golapati in Infal East on Tuesday. The arrestee is directly involved in extortion activities from general public, government officials, schools and colleges, police said. Security forces also arrested another cadre of PLA from Laimaram Canal area under in Bisnupur district, identified as Thokchom Ajit Singh 40 on Monday. Security forces arrested one active cadre of Pripak Pro from Uripak Humanthim Laikai in Infal West on Tuesday. Identified as Salam Sitol Zit Singh 36, the individual is allegedly involved in extortion activities from general public, police said. Security forces also arrested another active cadre of Pripak Pro from near Mahindra showroom, Oksongbung in Bisnupur district, namely Thokchom Sanat Hoi Singh 24. Police arrested one active cadre of Kangleipak Communist Party, PWZ from Irum Mapal area in Kakching district, namely Naurem Prem Kanta Singh 43. He is involved in extortion activities from general public. Police arrested one sympathizer of KCP PWG organization, namely Romeo Lysram 50 from his residence at Yumrembam in Infal West district. One pistol with magazine ammunitions were recovered from his possession, police said. Meanwhile, on the 17th of February 2025, security forces arrested Chongtham Manglem Zhao Meitei, alias KK Nganba, alias Kanglei Honba Nganba, 70, SS chairman of KCP, KK Nganba, and another active cadre of KCP, KK Nganba, namely Lysram Manglemba Singh 57 from Langgol Ningthau Laikai under Lamphel Police Station in Infal West District. Mizoram Chief Minister Laldu Oma on February 18 inaugurated the Aizol Peak Resort Skywalk at Hangi Lunglin Plang. The Aizol Peak Resort is managed by the family of ERH Ginjalal, advisor to the Chief Minister Technical. In his speech, the Chief Minister expressed his appreciation for the dedication and hard work of ERH Ginjalal and his family. He commended their perseverance and faith, acknowledging that their efforts have been richly awarded, further extending his gratitude for their contribution to tourism development in Mizoram. The Skywalk structure was constructed by Neil India Adventure Private Limited, Pune. It features 30mm Tavan glass panels with a length of 10 meters and a width of 2.24 meters. Each square meter of the glass can support up to 7 people, and the total glass surface is designed to accommodate 135 people at a time. For safety assurance, a 9,500 kg sandbag test was conducted, confirming the structural integrity of the skywalk. Additionally, safety inspections were carried out by NIT Mizoram, which reported that the skywalk area could safely support 150 people, each weighing approximately 100 kg simultaneously. However, for better crowd management and safety measures, only 20 visitors will be allowed on the skywalk at a time. The skywalk will be open to the public from 8 p.m. tonight with an entry fee of ₹100 per person. Severe storm accompanied by heavy rainfall swept across multiple regions of the state late at night, leading to significant destruction. The impact came shortly after the Meteorological Department issued a weather alert warning of severe conditions. The storm's intensity uprooted large trees, obstructing roads and causing major disruptions to daily life. Visuals captured on camera depict the sheer force of the storm, showcasing the widespread devastation it left in its wake. In addition to infrastructural damage, the storm severely affected electricity supply, plunging several areas into darkness. The Barak Valley, along with other parts of the state, bore the brunt of the turbulent weather, facing relentless rainfall and strong winds, further escalating hardships for residents. Multiple northeastern states, including Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, and Assam, face ₹5,000 penalty for failing to submit status reports on domestic violence law implementation, the Supreme Court ruled on February 18. Justices B.V. Nagaratna and Prasanna B. Varali expressed strong disapproval as several union territories and states, particularly from the Northeast region, missed repeated deadlines to file implementation reports for the protection of women from domestic violence Act 2005. Pay a cost of rupees 5,000 and filed it. If you don't file it next time, it will double. Justice Nagaratna warned during the hearing addressing the defaulting states. The court's concern about northeastern states' compliance is particularly significant given the region's unique challenges in implementing central legislation. Beyond the northeastern states, other defaulters include Andhra Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, Telangana, and West Bengal. Union territories including Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and Lakshadweep also failed to submit their reports. The Supreme Court granted a 4-week extension for submission, contingent upon payment of rupees 5,000 penalty to the Supreme Court Mediation Center. The case will be heard next on March 25. The court had previously ordered status reports on December 2, 2024, with an initial deadline of February 14. During earlier hearings, the bench emphasized that both central and state governments share responsibility for implementing the domestic violence law effectively. The original petition seeks comprehensive implementation of the 2005 Act, including proper appointment of protection officers, establishment of service providers and shelter homes, and public awareness campaigns about crime against women. Former bureaucrat Ganesh Kumar on Wednesday took charges as India's 26th Chief Election Commissioner, succeeding Rajiv Kumar, who held the post for over 2 years. In his first remark after assuming chairs, 61-year-old Ganesh Kumar said the first step toward nation building is voting. He also encouraged every citizen of India who has completed 18 years of age should become a voter. The first step towards nation building is voting. Therefore, every citizen of India who has completed 18 years of age should become an elector and should always vote. In accordance with the Constitution of India, electoral laws, rules and instructions issued therein, the election commissioner is and will always be with the voters, he said. Ganesh Kumar taking chairs came as the Supreme Court will hear petitions today challenging the appointment process of the Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners under the Chief Election Commissioner and other Election Commissioners Act 2023. The Act removed the Chief Justice of India from the selection panel, appointing the election commissioners. Parliament passed the Act in December 2023, following a Supreme Court ruling that election commissioners should be appointed by a panel comprising the Prime Minister, the Leader of the Opposition, and the Chief Justice of India until a law is enacted. Ganesh Kumar is the first Chief Election Commissioner to be appointed under a new law on the appointment of the members of the Election Commission. His tenure will run until January 26, 2029, days before the Election Commission is expected to announce the Lok Sabha polls. Besides Ganesh Kumar's appointment, Vivek Joshi, a 1989 Bets Haryana cadre IAS officer, was appointed as an election commissioner. His tenure will run till 2031. According to the law, a chief election commissioner or an election commissioner retires at 65 or can have tenure on the poll panel for 6 years. In March last year, Ganesh Kumar and Sukhbir Sandhu were recommended to be appointed as election commissioners by a selection panel chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi under the new law. A committee headed by Union Home Minister Amit Shah has approved rupees 1,554.99 crore of additional central assistance under the National Disaster Response Fund (NDRF) to 5 states affected by floods, landslides and cyclonic storms during 2024. Out of the total amount of rupees 1,554.99 crore, rupees 608.08 crore has been approved for Andhra Pradesh, rupees 170.99 crore for Nagaland, rupees 255.24 crore for Odisha, rupees 231.75 crore for Telangana, and rupees 288.93 crore for Tripura, according to an official statement. In a post on X, Shah said the Modi government stands like a rock in support of the disaster-affected people. Today, the MHA approved An additional center assistance of rupees 1,554.99 crore to Andhra Pradesh, Nagaland, Odisha, Telangana and Tripura under the NDR fund. This is in addition to the rupees 18,322.80 crore released by the center to 27 states under the SDR fund. The high-level committee approved central assistance of rupees 1,554.99 crore to 5 states from the NDRF, subject to an adjustment of 50% of the opening balance for the year available in the SDRF. This additional assistance is over and above the funds released by the center to the states in the State Disaster Response Fund SDRF, already placed at the disposal of the states. During the financial year 2024-25, the center has released rupees 18,322.80 crore to 27 states in SDRF and rupees 4,808.30 crore from NDRF to 18 states, rupees 2,208.55 crore from the State Disaster Mitigation Fund to 14 states and rupees 719.72 crore from National Disaster Mitigation Fund to 8 states. The center had deputed interministerial central teams to these states immediately after the calamities without waiting for the receipt of formal memorandums, the statement said. Meanwhile, Kerala would suffer a deadly landslide in July 2024, which razed the entire villages of Mundakai, Churalmala, in the Wayanad district, killing over 400 people and displacing hundreds, has not been included in the list by the center. The center has refused to provide grants for the rehabilitation of the Wayanad landslide victims. Instead, it sanctioned an interest-free loan of rupees 529.50 crore to the Kerala government under the scheme for special assistance to state for capital investment. Delhi's wait for its new chief minister after the assembly polls will end on Wednesday, when the BJP legislature party meets to choose the leader of the house, even as preparations for the February 20 oath-taking ceremony are in full swing at the historic Ram Leela ground. Party leaders say the chief minister and the entire cabinet will take oath at a grand ceremony attended by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Minister and other dignitaries. A huge crowd is expected at the event and around 40 celebrities have been invited, sources said, adding the ceremony would be held around noon rather than 4:30 p.m. as was communicated by party leaders earlier. The newly elected BJP legislature party will meet at the party's Delhi unit office to elect the leader of the house in the Delhi Assembly on Wednesday. The meeting is expected to be held in the evening, party leaders said. The chief ministers of some BJP-ruled states, including Gujarat, may skip the oath-taking ceremony because of their preoccupation with presentation of budget in those states. The BJP ended the 10-year rule of Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi by winning 48 out of the 70 assembly seats in the February 5 polls. Officials said that as per protocol, outgoing Delhi Chief Minister Atishi and her predecessor and three-time Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal will also be invited to the oath ceremony. The names doing the rounds for the new Chief Minister include Parvez Verma, who defeated Kejriwal, former Delhi BJP presidents Vijender Gupta and Satish Upadhyay, and other leaders such as Pawan Sharma, Ashit Sood, Rekha Gupta, and Sikha Rai. The names of Ravinder Indra Singh, the MLA from Bawana SC seat, and Kailas Ganwal, who won the Madipur SC seat for the BJP for the first time, are also being discussed. Many within the party believe that the BJP leadership could choose a dark horse, a Delhi next chief minister, a strategy the party opted for in Rajasthan, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, and Chhattisgarh. A Catholic priest was killed in Myanmar on Friday, an incident that deeply shocked and saddened Cardinal Charles Mongbo. Father Donald Martin Ye Nyang Win from the Archdiocese of Mandalay in Upper Burma was killed by a group of armed men on the evening of February 14 in Kangi To village of the Seubo Township. The 44-year-old was a priest at at Our Lady of Lourdes, Paris, and has been a priest for 7 years. His body was found in the forest near the old town of Piu in Kangyito. The local Christian community told media he was a very kind-hearted priest and a great missionary, and they are saddened by his death. Kangyito village is located on the border of Suibo and Wetlet districts. In addition to the Christian church, Kangyito villages also has a Buddhist monastery. In 2023, the military council burned down Kangyito village and the 120-year-old Meto Takin School in Chan village, a Catholic Christian village in Yeu Township. According to a military council report, the Telegram, Win was arrested by the KIA PDPF in the village at around 6 p.m. on February 14 and then cut to pieces with a knife outside the village. Christians make up about 6% of Myanmar's overwhelmingly Buddhist population, but also about 34% of Kachin's estimated 1.7 million population. Kachin Independence Army KIA and the Kachin's People Defense Force KPDF have been operating in northern Myanmar for decades. Although a nominal peace was formed in 2008, the 2021 coup that ousted the elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi led to a renewal of the rebellion. Bo, the president of the Catholic Bishops' Conference of Myanmar, said the Catholic Church was deeply shocked and saddened by the news of the murder. The Catholic Church throughout Myanmar mourns this loss together with Archbishop Marco Tin Wint, the priest, the religious, the faithful of the Archdiocese of Mandalay, and parents and relatives of Father Donald Martin Ye Nyang Wint. May God the Father, the Lord of all life, comfort your mourning hearts and ours, the Cardinal said in a statement. May the blood and sacrifices of countless innocent people, along with Father Donald Martin Ye Nyang Win, serve as an offering to ending the violence that is occurring throughout the nation. Learning from these heartbreaking experiences that we have encountered, may the fraternal spirit be awakened, and we earnestly appeal for an end to the violence, he added. The wrongdoing committed against Father Donald Martin Ye Nyang Win is not something that can be easily forgotten. Therefore, we urge those responsible to take appropriate action and ensure justice is served, so that such incidents do not occur again in the future, Bo said. On Thursday, February 15, the junta militia Piu Soti killed a commoner at Valpabung village. Valpabung village is located between India-Myanmar border pillar 79 and 80 and is under the jurisdiction of Tamu Myoma Ward number 14. Valpabung village is located adjacent to Nampalong and Sears border with Indian villages of Chavangpai More, Esmoljol and Govazang villages. As per report received from reliable sources, 2 men from Valpabung village were abducted by Piu Soti, where one of the men narrowly escaped, but the other one unfortunately was shot dead. The Piu Soti intensified their crimes by taking the body of the deceased along with them, and the escaper is still on the run with his whereabouts still unknown. It may also be recalled that on last February 10, the Piu Soti killed another commoner at Nampalong, Myoma Ward number 12. Another sources said that the junta released a warning where they warned all refugees who fled to safety in another places to return in the earliest, or else their homes and properties will be handed over to the Piu Soti, and that they will do whatever they deem fit with the deserted homes and belongings. On the other hand, the junta forces on February 14 at around 11 a.m. burned down Taizang and Minta villages. It may be made known that the junta forces had started burning civilian homes at Minta and Taizang villages in February 3, 6 and 10, and the latest on 14 February. Hamas said it will hand over the bodies of 4 hostages on Thursday, including the 2 youngest people held by the Palestinian armed group. The group negotiators, Khalil Hayai, said the bodies would include those of the Bibas family, Shiri and her young children, Fir and Ariel, who were aged 9 months and 4 years when Hamas kidnapped them during the 7 October 2023 attack. Hamas alleged that the 3 were killed in Israeli bombardment. Israel has not confirmed this. The children's father, Yarden, was released by Hamas earlier this month. Al-Haya said Hamas would also release 6 living hostages on Saturday, double the number originally planned. In exchange, Israel will free all women and those under the age of 19 arrested since last October and is allowing some rubble-clearing equipment into Gaza through the border with Egypt. In a statement, Al-Hayya said the group had agreed handing over 4 bodies of the occupation prisoners on Thursday, 20 February, including the bodies of the Bibas family. Hamas claimed in November 2023 they had been killed in an Israeli airstrike without providing evidence. Israeli officials have said only that they are gravely concerned for their lives. An Israeli official told Reuters that deceased hostages would undergo identification in Israel before being named. In a statement, the Bibas family said, "In the past few hours, we have been in turmoil following Hamas spokesperson announcement about the planned return of our Syri, Ariel and Fear in this Thursday as part of the hostage remains release phase. We want to make it clear that while we are aware of these reports, we have not yet received any official confirmation regarding this matter. Until we receive definitive confirmation, our journey is not over." Hamas has named 2 of the 6 Israeli to be released on Saturday. They are Avera Mengistu and Hissam al-Sayed, who were seized in 2014 and 2015 respectively after they crossed into Gaza on their own. The Israeli government has said both suffered from mental health issues at the time. The families of several hostages have said that their loved ones are among those due to be released on the same day. They are Omer Sentov, 22, Ilya Cohen, 27, and Omar Wenker, 23, who were taken from the Nova Festival on 7 October 2023, and 40-year-old Tel Swam, who was kidnapped from Kibbutz Be'er under the first phase of the ceasefire agreement. Hamas agreed to release 33 hostages. In exchange, Israel agreed to release about 1,900 Palestinian prisoners. Talk on progressing to the second phase of the deal under which the remaining living hostages will be released and the war would end permanently. We are due to start earlier this month but have not yet begun. Hamas has said it is ready to release in one go all the hostages due to be freed in phase 2 of the ceasefire deal with Israel. But a Hamas spokesman made clear that the offer involving more than 60 remaining hostages was dependent on a full withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza and an agreement for a permanent end to the war. Hamas also rejected Israel's demand for its disarmament and removal from Gaza. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar said the talks would begin this week. He said Israel would not accept the continued presence of Hamas or any other terrorist organization in Gaza, but that Israel could prolong the ceasefire if discussions were productive. If we will see there is a constructive dialogue with a possible horizon of getting to an agreement, we will make this time framework longer. Sa'ar said a total of 73 hostages are currently being held in Gaza, a mixture of Israeli soldiers and civilians both dead and alive. This also includes Thai and Nepalese nationals. Some 251 hostages were taken by Hamas when it attacked Israel on 7 October 2023, killing about 1,200 people. Israel responded with a 15-month military offensive that killed 47,460 Palestinians, according to Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry, and devastated the coastal enclave. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.